Hey guys, it's Vanessa with Up and Growing, and we're going to be doing a fake bake cake ornament for your trees. So this is a Dollar Tree box. I lost my lid, so I do want to close that off. You don't have to. It'll be a lot easier to hold though. So I just used some cardboard and glued it down, and I'm just going to trim my excess. I'm going to be using some 22 gauge paddle wire to make my hook for my ornament. You guys can just use those little eyelets, and then I just put it on a pen and I just twist it. And that's how I make all my ornament hooks. And then once our cake is dry, you can just go ahead and add your ribbon to hang it. And then I'm going to poke a hole at the top of my cake, and then I'm going to hot glue that in. I'm not going to push it all the way down because I want room to be able to add my cake frosting. And while our glue sets up, I'm going to be mixing my lightweight spackle. I like to use DAP for my cakes. You can get the small tub of it at the Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to be doing pink, so I'm using the pink parfait, and I'm just going to mix that right in my bowl. And then I'm going to be putting a piece of parchment paper down because I get pretty messy. And then you could put that in a piping bag and squeeze it on your cake. You don't have to. I'm just going to put it right on with my craft stick. And then if you guys are brand new to working with spackle, I do recommend having a little water bottle. It does dry up. So if you're trying to perfect the way that you frost this cake, it's going to start drying up. Give it a little spritz of water. And I'm just pulling that spackle right up to the top. I don't know, I'm obsessed with the way the strokes are along the cake on the outside. That's just how I like to do my cakes. I'm finishing off the top. You don't want your application super thick because your spackle can crack. And I'm just finishing that off, making sure it's nice and close to my little hook there. Right there, I'm just removing some excess. And then before I move to the top, I just want to put some sprinkles along the bottom of my cake. I'm going to keep this super simple. Anybody could do this. I am using a mix that I do have in my Etsy shop. It's my But Wait There's More. If you guys aren't investing in the craft just yet, you can use that tube confetti. You can use anything you want. So I'm just using that hook that I made to hold my cake so I can turn it around, add my sprinkles, and then I want to pipe a little bit on the top. So I'm just going to be using white, and I'm just going to go around. I had something stuck in my piping tip, so I had to unclog it and start over. And then here I'm just adding a little gingerbread that I cut out with foam clay. You can go all the way around. I'm not doing anything with this other than inspiration for you guys, so I'm not going to do it all the more and more. And then I'm just going to finish it off with some sprinkles and then add some ribbon to it so that we can hang it from the tree. And I hope I've inspired you guys.